Hi everybody, welcome to True Wants, where here we try to help you make that decision if it's going to change from a want to a need. If you are new to my channel, I really hope you will choose to subscribe. It's free and it's easy. It's the red button you see right underneath this video. If you press it and it turns gray, you're in. It's that simple. There's also a bell beside that subscribe button, and I always recommend that you press it. It's called the notification bell, and what ends up happening is YouTube is to inform you that I just uploaded a brand new video. It's something I used and I enjoy, so I want to make sure that you guys know about it as well. I do upload a lot, and sometimes my videos are time sensitive, so I don't want you to miss out. So make sure to press that subscribe button and ring that bell, and you'll be all set. All right. Also, right underneath the video, there is a thumbs up. This is important on the YouTube platform, that if you're enjoying the content, please take a minute to press that thumbs up. It supposedly helps on the YouTube platform. All right, here we go. Today, I'm so excited. If you saw the thumbnail, this gorgeous interior. The outside is beautiful too, but the inside is beyond stunning. This is from Colourpop. And Colourpop was one of the first brands that I could not wait that when I moved to the United States to be able to get my hands on. And I have an entire section that is filled with Colourpop eyeshadows and things like that. And when Colourpop first started and came onto the industry, we couldn't get enough of it because the quality of the product was there, the pricing was there, the packaging was mediocre when they first started. And the one thing that they changed was the packaging. The quality of everything else is still there. The price is still there, but now they've upped the game with the packaging. So during the holidays, they used to come out with not that many. They used to come up and then would sell out quickly. Then they started doing collabs with a lot of the influencers that we all used to watch and enjoy on YouTube. And then they started coming out a little too often with too many products. So at one point, it's like you wanted to have everything in their collection, and then one point you realize you just can't, because they're so innovative and they manufacture everything, so they're able to come up with stuff so quickly that by the time you receive it, they're already launching something else. So when Christmas came around, I knew that they were going to do something special between Black Friday and Cyber Monday. And that's what I was waiting for to see, because every year they always come out with a unique palette, usually for their anniversary or things like that. And the palette that they came out with this season is a $35 palette that they had for $23. Also, if you're familiar with EBATES, if you're not, it's now called Rakuten. I always go on, when I'm buying anything retail, I go on to eBates. I'll leave my link down below, because sometimes there's a deal that we either get points or something. I'm not sure what, but when I signed up for it a long time ago, it's something that I always use because I used to buy a lot more retail. With BoxyCharm and Ipsy, it has stopped a lot of my retail purchasing. So my checks that I get from eBates, which is Rakuten now, are very small. Every quarter they send you a check. How that happens is you simply go into the link that I'm going to leave down below, and when you go onto it, and it will bring you to their website. Then you choose the store you want to go to, and I chose Colourpop, and they have different percentages. Some have 3%, some have 10%, sometimes they have doubles, whatever it is. I go in through that link, and it brings you right to the website of the retailer. So you're not doing anything different than what you would normally do. All your promo codes work, everything works. You just have to go through eBates Rakuten first, and then press Colourpop, and then it brings you to Colourpop's website, and then all the deals and everything, it's like you're shopping directly on their website. And then all of a sudden, on the, in a few months, you'll get a check from them with whatever that percentage was of your order. So I think it's really a nice little extra bonus for doing something I was going to do anyways. So the one that I chose that they had for this sale was called Fade Into the Hue. The names and everything are on the back here. It is a huge, huge palette. This one, they also had another deal that I bought within this bag, but I'm only going to show this one here, so I don't want the video to get too, busy. Another palette that I chose was one that was on my wants list within there, and then they had a new launch tied up with that product, which I will do another video about, because that one I want to do separately, so that if you guys want it, you can get that one too. So this one here, and then they had a I'm going all over the place. They had a 25% off coupon if you bought during, I think, that weekend trend that you can use a little bit later on. I think after, what were the dates? I think after December 14th until like January 4th or something like that, an additional 25% off that purchase that you're going to buy. So it was like a deal on a deal. So I couldn't resist. So this original palette is called the Fade into Hue. And it is a $35 palette, and I paid $23.80. And they wrote that they finally did it. Their Rainbow Mega Palette is here. It is the Fantasyland of abstract colors, features, and a mixture of sparkling metallic, binged out pressed glitters, and the richest mattes. One palette can really do it all. This is their Cyber Week deal. Get it. This rainbow palette for less than $1 per shade, which is crazy. So we went in here and there was no mirror, and sometimes they have mirrors and sometimes they don't. And this is the shield that was inside, and as you can see there, where you're seeing something on the shield is those glitters. So to me, those are the ones I'm going to be really, really careful with. I'm not sure I'm going to use them, but look at this palette. I couldn't resist. And the reason I did it, first of all, $23 I think was an absolute steal for this, plus the quality of Colourpop. And this is a palette that I wanted to make sure that I had in my arsenal. So you know how when you're doing an eye look and you said, oh, if I could only had that purple, or if I only had that blue. This way you have this palette that you know is going to have that rainbow in it. So let's do some swatches, see what it's all about. And now you know why I'm only going to do this palette on this video. Otherwise it would be way too long because it's 35 shades. So what I love about it is it goes from like the sheen to the matte to the glitter to that color that to me is just that pop. And then this is some of my favorite colors that are here, so that I love to use. So these oranges, these berries, yellow has become a real color for me that I never touched before, but it was because of Colourpop and their Yes Please palette I got into the yellow tone. So Colourpop has taken me out of my comfort zone at a price that I was comfortable with, and I knew I was getting the quality. Colourpop you can use with eyeshadow primer or without eyeshadow primer. I find that it performs just as good either way. So also some Colourpop is available now at ULTA, but you can always find what you want on their website. And their lip products, their bronzers, their blushes, I own everything and I enjoy everything. I cannot talk highly enough about Colourpop. It's a brand for me that was really one of my biggest major finds when I moved to USA. All right, so I'm going to take the first column and I'm going to do it down so that we get to see what the colors look like. So this one here is called Fantasyland. This is called Lovecraft. This is called Atelier, and this one is called Paradise. Look at the pops of these colors. They are insane. So let me do these here. And then I'll do the glitters at the end. So if we make a mess, it won't go on everything. So that's the first batch there. The next ones look like they are like those neutrals to the oranges, to one color at the bottom, which I think is really, really unique. It has that mixture of like a coral to like a pinky coral. It's really, really beautiful. So I have my wet and my dry towel right beside it. All right, so again, we're going to not swatch the glitter. I'm going to bypass it, and then I'm going to show you here. So we have Treasure, Art Deco, Retro Dream, and Love and Warhol right there. And swatches for me give me some ideas in my head with how it's going to perform on the eye. Sometimes when swatches are blotchy on your hand does not mean that's how it's going to perform with a brush, with a certain primer, without a primer. This gives me the color story. And I can also feel when I'm touching if they're creamy or they're chalky or things like that. So that's why I like doing swatches, and it also gives me ideas, and it also enables me to show you guys what the colors look like here. So this one here is called Big Smile, Shine Bright, Bonus Points, and Abstract. And shimmers show so beautiful in finger swatches. It is unbelievable. Look at that color right there. Just stunning. Ugh. Okay, so that's the yellow column. And then next we're going to do the greens. And greens now are like the hottest, well, it's the season. that the greens and the blues are like all coming out now, and purples always have been, you know, really beautiful. So let's do this again. This one, I am seeing some little bit of fallout, even with a finger swatch, and usually you don't always see that. So that I'm a little bit surprised with Colourpop, but that's what that looks like here. And we've been so busy with, you know, improving lifestyles, you know, it's holiday season, so the orders are just crazy, that I haven't had the opportunity to sit down and watch anybody. So I really only went in to see what was going on Colourpop just based on the history of me and Colourpop during the holiday season. So this is Take It Easy, Take It, I think it's Take It Essel, and then Hot Copic, Watermark, and Iconic. We're running out of space here. And that's what those look like there. So they're very pigmented, but they're coming across, and sometimes with the darker blues and purples, I find that you might see some patchiness. So what I do, first of all, I always use an eyeshadow primer, but what I do when a powder does that to me, when I'm like, because usually the darker colors are what I'll use last, and then I'll take a pencil brush and I'll place it on the corner with the pencil brush part. I'll dab into the powder and I'll pack it, and then I will blend it out, and then I'll pack it again. So this way, by packing it the second time, whatever it might look like a little not as pigmented or come across a little blotchy, I will be able to play with it better, and it ends up working for me. All right, so let's do the purple section here. So I don't know if this is one of those, but I'm going to try. So these are the four here. It's called Express, Selfie, Majestic, and Nouveau. And I'm going to try to do them in a different area because I'm running out of space. And that's what the purples look there. So they're coming across really, really pretty. There's a darker one on the bottom here that I'm going to just do, and then I'm going to try to do the glitters on my other hand so that we'll be able to show you both. So there's just one more here that is called, I can't read it, I'm sorry. It's Richest. That's what that looks like there. And there's a spot right here, so I'm going to put it there. And that's what that one is right there. Really, really pretty. So like I said, to me, this is a palette that you would never think that someone, you know, that loves neutrals and things would purchase. But I bought this to have in my arsenal, that if I wanted to try to add a green or to add a purple, or even just under my eye with an eyeshadow liner, you know, to give my eye a pop of color, I thought this would be the best way to do it. And for $23 for all these shades, I think are just stunning. So now let's try some of the glitters, which makes me very nervous. And I'm going to do it with my other hand so that we'll see how that goes. So this one is called, yeah, it feels like true glitter. See that? So I'm not comfortable wearing this type on my eyes at all. So this is probably something that might have deterred me from purchasing the palette if it was $35, but at $23, I don't mind them being in the palette. I just don't think that I would put them on my eyes. I'm just, first of all, I wear, you know, glasses, but more importantly, I'm just afraid of glitters on the eyes. This is what this is here, because I've heard too many horror stories where it scratches the cornea, and no look is worth your eyes. So that's, you know, damaging your eyes. And that's what that looks like here. There's one called Lucky Charm. And if you put your finger in it, you would see what I mean. You're literally feeling the grittiness of the glitter. They're beautiful. And this is also nice if you want to do a look and put it on your cheeks. You know, if you want to add like a little, you know, you have a party to go to and you want to, you know, just spruce it up a bit. But glitters, once you wear them, you'll be seeing it for days, if not years later. Then we have one that is called Kaleidoscope. and that's it there. So there's only 4 in here, but that's how beautiful they are. And you know, there's some higher end brands too that I got, you know, that they feel the exact same. So glitter feels like glitter. Like I said, I do own glitter glue, you know, from Too Faced. We did get in one of the BoxyCharm boxes from Alamar that they had a stickier primer, and you definitely want to do that if you're going to do this, but I'm not suggesting at all to wear any of the glitters in your eyes, because it's something that I wouldn't do, so I'm recommending not to. But I'm sure if they're in the palette, you know, this is something that some other girls like to do. I also know sometimes on the back of their palettes, they'll have a little asterisk, and you have to look for it and then check, because those usually say, have a warning or something, and I don't see anything here. I do see the asterisk. Yeah, it says here, not intended for use in the immediate eye area. So double check always the back of the palette. I don't know why, you know, eyeshadow brands, companies that make eyeshadows have that, you know, but I think it's something that they have to do when, you know, in some countries it's acceptable, in, you know, in the USA it's not. So I think they have to put those on there for that purpose. But those are what those look like, and that's the rest of the whole palette. So wanted to share that with you. It's called Fade Into the Hue. This was one of their palettes that they had for that special deal on the weekend. Double check if this is something of interest to you. I think this is amazing. Even, you know, to have this in your arsenal for $35, I think is a great price. $34, excuse me, but I got it for $23.80. And that's everything that I wanted to share with you with Colourpop. I will have a second Colourpop video with the other couple of palettes that I bought on sale that I cannot wait to share with you, because one I found out is something that's launching soon, or it was like something that they put, like I said, with another palette. Really, really excited to have the opportunity to share that with you, and that I got my hands on it too. All right. Once again, as always, I appreciate that you guys take any time out of your day that you choose to spend it with me here, so thank you. But more importantly, during this time, as I always say, please, everybody, continue to stay safe so that you could stay well and that we can enjoy all of this. All right, take care, and bye-bye for now.